Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BCW. I am your new BCW champion. That's right. After weeks of struggling and battling against Frankie Carter and the rest of the syndicate, I finally achieved my goal last night. Now, I'll admit, it didn't go the way I expected it to go. I didn't expect to have to bring out the Necromancer to defeat Frankie Carter. The Necromancer is a part of me that I don't show very often. I keep him locked inside. I make sure that he is under control at all times. But after Frankie took the cowardly way out and attacked me in our last BCW Championship match, I couldn't control him any longer. So it was finally time for the Necromancer to make his presence known here in BCW. And I guess it was the right thing to do, considering I am now your BCW champion. And that is how things are going to stay. I am going to make sure that no matter what, I will always be willing to defend the BCW Championship. And from my understanding, I'm going to have to be on my toes because I've been doing some research. And apparently, here in BCW, the ex-champion can get his rematch anytime that he wants. So apparently now, I have to watch my back even more because I never know when Frankie Carter is going to try to take his shot. But I can assure you, when he does, I'll be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Fresno, California as BCW takes you into its main event for the evening. And it is going to be a rematch from our BCW Champion's first ever matchup here on BCW as Brandon Elliott takes on the one, the only Jaden Palmer.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 275 pounds, the undisputed champion, the anarchist, Brandon Elliott, champion.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Elliott making his way into the ring. And as I said before, this is a rematch, a redoing of the very first match that Brandon Elliott ever had here in BCW. However, tonight there is one big difference. Now, Brandon Elliott can call himself the BCW champion.
And his opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 482 pounds, Jaden Palmer.
Brandon Elliott able to take the victory last night against Frankie Carter in one hard-fought battle. Brandon Elliott and Frankie Carter took each other to the limit, but in the end, Brandon Elliott was able to use the Necromancer to defeat Frankie Carter, to end the tyranny that was the reign of Frankie Carter as BCW champion. However, as Brandon stated earlier, the rule here in BCW is very simple. The former champion does not have to announce when his rematch is going to be. He can take that rematch at any time, at any place. It does not matter. As long as there is a referee in the area, he can have his matchup. So the question is now, when will Frankie Carter take that rematch? Right now it doesn't matter because Brandon Elliott is going one-on-one with Jaden Palmer. Jaden there with the leg drop and then quickly going for the cover. Is that going to be enough? No, as Brandon able to kick out at the last second there. And you have to know at this point that Brandon has got to be in a lot of pain. Brandon Elliott diagnosed with several broken ribs after that assault by Frankie Carter in their first one-on-one BCW Championship match. And then last night, even though he was in the persona of the Necromancer. He went through a tremendous battle, and those beatings that he took last night, the chair shots, the ladder shots, all of that has got to be in effect here tonight. The body of Brandon Elliott has to be in severe pain, but you are not seeing an ounce of that on Brandon Elliott's face as he is just taking it to Jaden Palmer here, throwing everything he has into this matchup and proving why he deserves and is our new BCW champion. Oh, nice headbutt there into the chest of Jaden Palmer, but Jaden just barely staggered there, not even dropping down. Oh, and a nice move there as Brandon just scaling the back of Jaden Palmer and now scaling to the top rope. Oh, but it does not pay off as Jaden able to get those feet up there. Oh, but Brandon very quickly fighting back Jaden, tossing him now into the corner. And again, just the back and forth nature that we have come to expect from Brandon Elliott's matches here in BCW. Oh, Brandon very quickly here in this match, already going for that stunner that we have become so familiar with, and now hitting Jaden with revelation right here in the middle of the ring. Will that be enough as he goes for the cover? The referee out of position, getting into position, going for the cover. 2, no. And unfortunately for Brandon Elliott, he had that cover on for easily a 3 count, but the referee was out of place and had to get into position to be able to make the count. The referee not able to see Jaden's shoulders from where he was. So in the process of getting into position, I think this match very easily could have been over there had it not been for the referee being out of position. Oh, and Jaden now just with the stomps to the chest. And the referee has begun his count and reaching the count of 3 here. Brandon tossing Jaden back into the ring. Oh, going for the drop kick, but Jaden just swatting him away like a fly there. Oh, Jaden went to lift Brandon up, but Brandon able to fight out, and again with another cutter here. And going for the pin again. Is that enough? 2, no. The referee was in position that time, but unfortunately for Brandon, Jaden was able to kick out. Brandon now dragging Jaden across the ring. Where is he taking him here? Just tossing him into the corner. Oh, and the referee getting in the way there, but able to get out of the way just in time before Brandon ran into the corner. And now, oh, just swinging around that post there. Going up top. What's he going for here? Oh, very nice move there off the top rope. Oh, and Brandon tried something similar before, and Jaden was able to get his legs up at the last moment, but not here. Brandon going for the cover. 2. Oh, I thought that was a 3 count, and so did Brandon Elliott there, looking very quickly to the referee. Oh, going for a shot there to the chest, but Jaden able to block, and now just with some shots of his own, dropping Brandon with the DDT there. Jaden just waiting as Brandon tries to get up. Brandon able to fight out though, and going again for another cutter. Will that be enough as he goes for the cover? 1, 2, 3. And Brandon Elliott with a very impressive victory here tonight, just putting Jaden away in impressive fashion. And folks, that is just one more reason why Brandon Elliott is our new BCW champion. Brandon Elliott putting on another impressive showing here tonight. He has proven that he is willing to do whatever it takes to retain that championship. And I have no doubt that in the future, we will see many more great matches, and they will be for that BCW championship.
Here is your winner, the Anarchist, Brandon Elliott.
Brandon Elliott is your champion here tonight, folks. And he has certain... Frankie, coming from behind, attacking Brandon Elliott here. And we have not seen Frankie since last night in that matchup. And now calling for a cage to be lowered around the ring here. And folks, I am hearing Frankie has signified to the referee that he wants this to be his rematch. But that may not be a good thing, as Frankie taken down to the mat there. And now Brandon just taking and slamming him into the side of the cage there. And again, dropping him into the cage. But unfortunately for Frankie, this match has started. So now, whoever comes out of this match will be the victor. And folks, I do want to let you know, for those of you that have never seen a cage match here in BCW, there is no pinfalls. There is no submission. The only way to win is to escape the cage. And Brandon already going for Revelation. Will he hit it? Yes! Taking Frankie down with Revelation very quickly here. And now looking to scale the cage. Will he be able to escape as he's testing, trying to get his footing here? And now able to, yes, looks like get his footing. And now trying to crawl up. Will Frankie be able to stop him as Frankie looks on here and going up and already going, and oh, just hitting Brandon right there on the side. And now just holding onto that leg, pulling Brandon back in with those repeated shots. And now both men just balancing there on the top rope. Oh, a nice shot there from Frankie. And again, oh, just driving Brandon's head into that steel cage here. Brandon is laid out here in the ring, but quickly back to his feet. Oh, trying to grab the foot of Frankie as Frankie was just taking that step up. And now Brandon, it looks like trying to get into better position, trying to figure out how he wants to grab Frankie, but he better do it quickly before Frankie escapes there. And at the last moment, it looked like Frankie was just about to get his momentum to swing that leg over. And Brandon able to make the stop at the last second there. And now dragging Frankie back into the cage. And Brandon with a shot there. Oh, Frankie able to dodge and now returning some shots. And both of these men just back and forth here. Just delivering blows. Brandon jumping down. Frankie following suit and delivering a stiff elbow there. And now lifting Brandon up. Oh, into that package pile driver there. And Frankie climbing to the top rope, surveying his surroundings, and now just waiting as Brandon gets up. He turns around, drops down, and no, Brandon able to catch him right there in midair and then just dropping him down to the mat. Oh, Brandon ducked under, but Frankie able to quickly turn around and deliver that clothesline there, and now just stomping there on the back of the arm. And that nice flip there, landing directly on the midsection of Brandon Elliott. Frankie now calling for Brandon to get back up. As Frankie goes to jump again, and Brandon able to catch him once more here. And now Brandon dropping him onto his shoulders, but Frankie able to fight out. Frankie ducking under and just dropping him with the neck breaker there. Both of these men just showing the fatigue here from the last two nights. Brandon slowly trying to get back to his feet as Frankie goes up, but sees that Brandon was getting up and decided to just go ahead back down and meet him. And now just a stiff punch there from Brandon Elliott. Brandon slinging him against the ropes, jumping over, and then, oh, going for the headbutt. But Frankie able to get the knee up to block at the last moment there. Oh, just lifting the knee. Brandon Elliott taking Frankie down very quickly. And now Brandon just staring him down. And again, out of nowhere, hitting him there with that cutter. And now Frankie just trying to get away, climbing the ropes. And Brandon hitting him there back against the ropes, lifting him up onto the shoulder. And then just like a lawn dart, launching him into the cage and busting the cage wall open. Brandon now making his way, walking, just sauntering down the cage wall. And he has won. That is not how I expected this match to end, but it is the perfect fashion, the declarative statement in this battle that we have seen between Frankie Carter and Brandon Elliott. Brandon making sure to say with clarity, this is my time, and I am the BCW champion.
Here is your winner, and still undisputed champion, the Anarchist, Brandon Elliott.